Hi, Mr. Jones here, and you may remember that a few days ago I mentioned removing these bushes, these photinia, along the bottom and putting fence mounted solar panels up, but there was one fly in the ointment. I had to speak to Mrs. Jones. Now that was a few days ago and she was going to be home in 2 hours, and I thought I'd have an answer for you the same day, but it wasn't quite so simple. It seems she does actually quite like these bushes, and wasn't going to give in easily. So over the ensuing days she's reminded me how many things around the house I have started and not quite finished. Thus, skirting board here. I haven't put the skirting board in my son's bedroom yet. It's a job I've been putting off. I hate it. I'm not very good at it. It's the first time I've done it, to be honest. So haven't been looking forward to that. I haven't finished the garage trim on the outside. So that's another job that she wants finished. So if I finish this, when I finish the trim on the garage, she will forgo her photinia and I can put the solar panels up there. So I have done a little bit of work because I need to plan ahead. I was trying to work out which were the best solar panels at the moment. Because they're going pretty much flat onto the fence, they really need to be the N type. So I've plumbed for Canadian Solar 6S6R 430Ts, which are rated at 430 watts. Now that brings me to another problem. I use N-phase microinverters, and I'm using IQ7 pluses to match my Viridian panels, which I think are 340 watts, and they're a pretty good match. I don't think there's any clipping going on. I think it's about optimum. But they're definitely underrated for the 430 watt Canadian solars. So what to do? I started having a look at it, a careful look at it, and I had a look at the AP system, the AP Systems DS3. Now these are double microinverters, and they work out a bit cheaper than N-phase. But the problem is I would need to have a separate communications unit. They wouldn't all report back to the same place, etc. And as I've already got an N-phase gateway, which is the communications unit, sitting at my distribution board, I'm going to stick with N-phase at this time. But I'm going to go for the IQ7A, which is the highest rated one. I think it's rated at 330 watts. So it's going to be very efficient on duller days. I might get some clipping on the peak days where the power produced may exceed the capacity of the microinverter, which isn't perfect. But anyway, as of the moment, that's what I'm planning to do. So I just wanted to get back to you, let you know that this project is live. I'm going to be procuring these items, but in the meantime, I've got some skirting board to install. Yes, I meant to say, you can see why I like the idea of putting the solar panels here. The sun from one end to the other. Now I know that that apple tree, when it's in leaf, is going to shade to an extent over there. And that started me thinking, do we really need that apple tree? That'll be a far bigger battle with Mrs. Jones, I think.